This is Renee Collins
and Whitney Acke,
and welcome to Overtones. Welcome, everyone. You are listening to the 42nd broadcast of Overtones on WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio. We are coming to you from the beautiful and historic theater in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. I am Renee Collins, your host, and this week I'm joined, as I am each and every week, by singer-songwriting extraordinaire Whitney Acke. Let's all welcome Whitney Acke to the show, everyone.
Thanks.
We have just listened to the sounds of Pikeville, Kentucky's Beck and the Starlight Revue's original song, Kentucky. This will be our theme song for this brand new year of 2019. And Whitney, the theme today is Singing Between the Lines. Beck and the Starlight Revue is just another example of some of these amazing musicians in Kentucky who do this so incredibly well with their original music. And they are giving us more opportunities to listen locally than ever before. And today's show is no exception with the songwriters who will be joining us today. Before that, Warren and I welcome Eric Bolander to Red Barn Radio opening New Year week. And his show aired on stations around the globe this past weekend. Justin Driggers from Little Rock, Arkansas, and he's been a guest at the Twisted Cork as well, has he not?
Yes, I've known Justin for years.
Yes, his show will air this upcoming weekend. And this week, on Wednesday, we welcome John R. Miller and the Engine Lights on Red Barn Live as he performs Wednesday night of this week. And Warren, those tickets are going fast, right? Yep. So if you are interested in finding tickets for this show, you can find them on eventbrite.com, Lexington, Kentucky. Whitney, we as co-owners of Listen Locally with Ray Adams and Warren Cobb are so excited about the Listen Locally Songwriters Sunday series that premiered last night at my old Kentucky Foam with Dr. Kevin Holm Hudson taking the stage in the first of these series of concerts. Listen Locally open mics are being offered now across the state. In Somerset, hosted by Kevin Dalton. Katie Did It, who is hosting with Derek LaFountain in Louisville. Tony Logue in Benton, Kentucky. And Tyler Smith, who is with us on the show today. He is hosting, and of course we have the open mic at the Twisted Cork every Sunday night from 5:30 to 8:30. And you can hear a broadcast of this weekly show here on Lexington Community Radio that premiered in December, and it's called The Twisted Cork Presents Listen Locally Open Mic. And Whitney, there is no end to the talent at these open mics, is there?
It's always an incredibly pleasant surprise.
In essence, these kinds of happenings are exactly why we've gathered you all here today, to contribute to and listen to this rich, vibrant musical explosion of talent that is happening right now in the state of Kentucky and in the great city of Lexington. Whitney, how incredibly excited are we both today about this outstanding lineup for this special edition of Overtones, appropriately titled Singing Between the Lines.
I'm super excited. These are great guys we've got today.
They sure are, and they have something in common.
Yeah, right? Are we going to let them in? Or
yeah, what do they have in common, Whitney?
They've got amazing beards.
They do. They are Beardtiful boys today.
Beardtiful.
Beardtiful. That'll be our battle cry going forward. Whitney and I are welcoming guests today who have a broad range of musical artistry and significant contribution to the local music scene here in Lexington and beyond. And we're going to hear them sing some of their songs and share some of the stories they are sharing with this community. So without further ado, here is your Kentucky Overtones starting lineup. From Whitesburg, Kentucky, we have Ben Boggs. From Cynthiana, Kentucky, we have Matthew Douglas Simpson. From Lexington, Kentucky, 29 Horses, Adam Stewart. And from Harlan, Kentucky, Tyler Smith. And we are going to start this all off today with a musical offering from Ben Boggs. Everyone, let's welcome him to Overtones. Yeah. Ben, how are you doing and what have you been doing lately?
I'm good. Just been playing music and working.
Playing music and working. And do I understand that you live in the Lexington area now?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I've been here a couple of years now, actually.
So what was behind the move to come to Lexington?
There's just no jobs in Whitesburg.
Yeah.
So it's sad because I love that place, but that's it.
Well, we are really glad to have you on the show today.
I'm glad to be here.
We're going to be talking with you more later, but what do you have for our listening audience today to enjoy in the opening ceremony of Overtones episode 42?
This is actually one of the first songs I ever wrote when I moved back to Lexington.
Okay.
It's called Rain.
Okay, awesome. Here is Ben Boggs, everyone.
Mama always said that God was all I needed, but right now the only grace I need is you. Better than the names that you cursed. You get all the blame, I get the hurt. We got ourselves an empty well of emotion, and you're trying like hell to fill it up. I'm shaking off these cold winter blues, looking for brighter days when the warm air comes through. And I can't wait for tomorrow, 'cause I don't know what it brings, but we'll only get by if we close our eyes and drown out the rain. Was a cold Sunday morning when I saw your light fade. Those pills you took to keep you sane just made you seem fake, the way we used to be, all felt like a dream. I'm finally forgetting all those things. Got ourselves an empty well of emotion, and you're trying like hell to fill it up. I'm shaking off these cold winter blues, looking for brighter days when the warm air comes through. And I can't wait for tomorrow, 'cause I don't know what it brings, but we'll only get by if we close our eyes and drown out the rain. And I can't wait for tomorrow, 'cause I don't know what it brings, but we'll only get by if we close our eyes and drown out the rain.
Yes.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. We are going to hear more from Ben later in the show, but for now, stick around as we will be back with Georgetown, Kentucky's Matthew Douglas Simpson.
Just as far as I can see, all the way down 23. Well, I swear this place was made just for me.
Blanket me with roses, cover me in earth, lay me down easy, Lord, when I've had enough. Set free my soul when I'm old and full of days, and in my robe of white I will fly away. So lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy. Lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy. Ease my worry, be still my heart. I live my life like a winding wheel right from the start. So lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy, lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy. And if I could, you know, I would always be around. And just like Jericho, your youth comes crashing down, down. When you live to love, you learn that your life was worth the fight. So don't wait for tomorrow, you'll only waste tonight. Lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy. Lay me down easy, Lord, lay me down easy.
We are back, and you've just heard the beautiful music of Matthew Douglas Simpson. Let's welcome Matty to the show, everyone. Hi, Matty.
Hey.
What was the name of that song? I think I know probably, but what's the story behind that song?
The song's called Lay Me Down Easy, and I originally wrote the song as like what I would say to my kids when I have them. Like my dad and my mom passed away when I was younger, so like there were a lot of things that I wish that they had been around to tell me. So I kind of wrote a song like if that were to ever happen to me, if I were to ever leave my kids behind, those are the words I'd probably want to say to them. But it's kind of taken on a different meaning lately because I've had a couple friends pass away, so this song's kind of become like the song that I sing in memory of. And I had a buddy named Billy Thomas. He's a bass player buddy of mine that passed away, and I just wanted to play that for him today.
And another Beardtiful man, right?
He was
In so many ways. Yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing that. Tell us a little bit about your music career and the path that it's taken, and what has it meant to you to be a working musician in Kentucky?
Man, you know, Kentucky is just so special to me. I've just always, all of the values and things that I've hidden in my heart over the years have come from the people that I grew up around, really hardworking people that through the worst times and through the best times, they always stay consistent. And I think you know, like I grew up around farmers and mechanics and, you know, blue collar people that it just seemed like no matter how bad things got, they knew that you could always work hard and still get through it if you had each other. And those are the values that always came from me, and that's absolutely everything that I've written songs about. Is just there's going to be ups and downs in life, but you know, there are beautiful things in this world that get you through it. And throughout my musical career, I've kind of stayed on that. Like no matter, you know, I think any musician in this room right now knows that being in the music business is not easy. But you have that one night where everything just goes really good. It makes you want to do it again the next weekend, even when you're not making much money and you're living off nothing, or you got stiffed by somebody who was supposed to pay you and they didn't. You have those moments where you know it's okay to keep going because you're doing what you love and you're around people that are doing what they love. And if you you know, all find that common ground, you want to work and keep going forward.
And you have another career as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And tell our audience how you kind of merge the best of both of these career paths that you've taken in the course of your life.
You know, I get asked, everybody wants to know, you know, how do you go out and play in bars all the time and write the songs that you write and then go work at church on the weekend? But, you know, I think the more that I think about it and the more that I sit down and evaluate my musical career, I think God gave us all gifts and he gave us all abilities, and he finds pleasure when we use them. He gave me this perspective to see life in a certain way, and I think it does him a disservice if I don't write what I see and be honest about it. So sometimes those songs aren't always so vertical about, you know, Jesus loves me. Sometimes I don't feel that way, you know, and I think there's a lot of people that don't feel that way. So I've always just tried to write from the heart, and luckily for me, I work at a church where they understand that and they get me as a human being and they don't judge me for being honest, because God gave me the perspective that I have. He gave me the talents that I have to be able to write these songs, and I think it's wrong if I don't do it. I think the world needs not more Christian artists. They just need more musicians that are Christians that are willing to be honest and open. I think the world would be a much better place if we could just all see that.
Yeah, and I align with that as well. And Whitney, I know you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I want to go to Maddie's church.
I do too, definitely.
Please
we need
come.
to make a road trip, definitely.
Whitesburg Christian Church, we'd
Yes.
love to have you.
Yeah.
Yes, and Matty, the thing I've noticed about your songs, and a lot of people have also made this comment, especially your wife, who says you have this ability to almost like paint this picture so visually in someone's mind that they can almost see themselves exactly at the point where you are singing.
Right.
And who you are singing about. What are you going to sing for us next?
Well, I never have a set list. I never would know what I'm
Okay.
going to do next. But I think just kind of after what we've been talking about, I just want to sing a song about my hometown.
Yes. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, you know, growing up, there were things that, like I grew up pretty poor. Like there were nights that we ate in the darkness because Mom was like, we either got to eat or we got to pay the electric bill. And she was like, we're going to eat first. We can deal without electric. We can figure it out, another day. And so I remember being, 12 and 13 and being like, if you want to have anything, you're going to have to work. So I would work in tobacco. And that's how I bought my first guitar. I think that's how I bought my first car, was just, working in tobacco or being on somebody's farm. So I just want to write a song or sing a song about that, and I just love those people and I love that life, and it's gotten me to where I am today. So I just kind of want to praise that a little bit.
Well, great. Let's welcome again Matthew Douglas Simpson to the show, everyone.
Dropping them sticks in the dog day heat. Cynthiana's best rolled up in my sleeve. Two behind to quit, too hot to eat. Have another beer in the highboy seat. Been 3 weeks since we topped them spikes. Pinched off the suckers and sharpened our knives. Cutting down to dusk till these hands are brown. 10 cents a stalk to lay that burley down. And we'd break our backs for the ones that we love. And we work too hard, live too fast, burn through the summer like a shot from a glass. 13 months a year, that's where I'm found, in that tobacco town, in that tobacco town. Hang it in the barn till the shag's all cured. 4-tier high, 20-stick wide. Strip off the stalks, reds, tips, and flines. This old haggard cassette still works just fine. And we break our backs for the ones that we love. And we work too hard, live too fast, burn through the summer like a shot from a glass. 13 months a year, that's where I'm found. Yeah, we work too hard, live too fast, burn through the summer like a shot from a glass. 13 months a year, that's where I'm found, in that tobacco town, in that tobacco town. Yeah, we work too hard, live too fast, burn through the summer like a shot from a glass. 13 months a year, that's where I'm found. Yeah, we work too hard, live too fast, burn through the summer like a shot from a glass. When I die, they'll lay me in the ground, in that tobacco town, in that tobacco town.
That's my favorite Matt Simpson song.
Me too.
Love that song. I've never
Me
worked
too.
a day of my life in tobacco.
Me neither.
But short story, my mother quit school when she was 16, and her mom said, well, that's fine. I'll allow you to quit school, but you're going to go work tobacco.
Right.
She lasted like a week and a half.
That'll make you go back to school real
And
quick.
she went right back to school. Yeah, it's hard work. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I have great respect for people who do that work. So, Matty, it's 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell me, what are your musical goals for the year? Like, do you do that? Do you write down, like, things I want to accomplish as a musician for the year?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me this year is, I think sometimes you got to kind of step away from everything you're doing creatively and maybe like try something else just to get creative again. Like just completely go off book and do something that you don't normally do so that you can have that, that you want to go back and write. So for me, I spent so much time on that record the last couple of years getting it out. Now I think this year I want to help some other people make a record. So I've kind of got my studio going. And so I think being creative on other people's records, producing a little bit, will help me find some motivation to write something new for me. Because I love to see from other people's perspectives, and it always gives me something else to write about. So I think this year my goal is to maybe like do a record with somebody and just help them do the whole thing, and hope that it gets my juices flowing to do something creatively completely different for the next couple of years. So
Yeah, that is a great thing to do. I think when you do a record, you kind of like, you're almost like tired of it. Like, I don't know about
By the time
you.
it comes
yeah,
out.
by the time you get to play it, you're like, okay.
You're like, gosh, I don't even want to listen to this. I don't know who it was. Someone famous, very, very famous, said, like, don't ever cut a song that you are not comfortable doing like 60,000 times.
Absolutely.
And I think that some of us should have thought of that before we recorded. Anyhow.
Well, what do you have for us next to close out your segment of Overtones?
Well,
I caught him off guard. He's
Yeah.
doing some things. He's like, now I got to like make some
now I got to
moves
get back
here.
in music land.
I know.
Well, it gave me some time to cough.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I don't know. People always want me to play this one, and
Okay.
so I kind of do. But it's one of my favorites to do. It's called Truth, Love, and Oxycontin,
Oh, yay.
and I do it. Again, it's a story song. It's like somebody told me their life story at a yard sale, and I wrote it into a song. And that's why you don't tell people your life story, because they write songs about it.
So beware when you go to those yard sales, right,
Yeah.
Whitney?
But it's become
That's
it's
right.
become one that I've truly loved to play. So I'm gonna play it for you.
Here is Matthew Douglas Simpson on Overtones, everyone.
She says she won't see tomorrow if I leave her today. Trapped between two outcomes I don't want, but I go crazy if I stay. So tell me story, tell me story about truth, love, and Oxycontin. Truth, love, and Oxycontin. Honey, are you just high? Are you in love with me? She steals my money one day and helps me look for it the next. I go along thinking today she'll change. Man, I know it's insane. So tell me a story. Tell me a story about truth, love, and Oxycontin. Truth, love, and Oxycontin. Honey, are you just high? Are you in love with me? Are you just high? Are you in love with me? Truth, love, and Oxycontin. Truth, love, and Oxycontin. Honey, are you just high? Are you in love with me? Are you just high? Are you in love with me?
Oh, wow, that was good. Thank you, Matty. We will be back with more music from our artists in the studio today, including the music of Lexington, Kentucky's Adam Stewart, coming up next on WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio.
Kentucky, you will always be my home. I come back to you no matter where I roam. When they lay my body down in that East Kentucky ground, well, I'll rest easy in that old mountain town.
Well, full of righteous anger, you finally found a cause. But there ain't no use in fighting for something already lost. And you want to be a hero, well, I can see that for sure. But there ain't no use fighting someone else's war. Hearts like mine, love hearts like yours, shattered, battered, beaten to the floor. Well, hearts like yours, such a pretty thing, flying high on silver wings. And I want to be the hearts like mine, through shattered glass, carved out of stone, built to last. Well, hearts like yours sent me down this path, rolling on and on. We weren't meant to last. And I want to be the man that comes home to you. And I want to be the man that falls asleep next to you. Well, hearts like mine, well, hearts like mine, well, hearts like mine, well, hearts like yours. And I want to be the man that comes home to you. And I want to be the man that falls asleep next to you.
We are back, and you've just heard the Beardtiful music of Adam Stewart. Let's welcome Adam to the show, everybody.
Hey, Adam.
Whitney.
Adam's one of my favorite people, like, in the world. Yeah, so tell us, what's the name of that song, and tell us a little bit about it.
That song is called "Hearts Like Mine." It started, I think, when I started writing it as a love song. The "Hearts Like Mine" line. In my head, I think I still hear it the way that I initially intended it, and it was much more major key and happier, and it obviously did not turn out that way.
I like the sound of it, though.
I do. It's so Adam Stewart.
Yes, it is.
Listen, and I appreciate that so much. So tell us a little bit about your songwriting process. Like, what happens?
So
Magic.
What happened?
What happens?
it's really odd. I think when I was younger, because I think started writing songs or trying to write songs about 10 years ago, and I still have notebooks just filled with lyrics. But now I think it's a much more organic process. I don't write down everything that comes into my head. If something comes into my head and it continues to stay there and kind of bores itself down into my subconscious, I know it's a line that needs to be written. But most of the time, I don't really set out to write a song. The song kind of brings itself to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I swear the best songs do that. If you try to force it, it's going to not turn out very good. It's always a dream for songwriters to get paid, have a publishing contract where you're forced to go in a room at 10 a.m. on a Monday morning and write with other people. But, and you can make yourself do that, but the best songs, I think, are like what Adam says. They just kind of write themselves. Absolutely. Okay, tell us, you've been doing a lot of stuff, like you and your band.
Yeah.
29 Horses have been doing a lot of stuff lately. What's going on? What is coming up for you guys?
I think the next two things. We're releasing an album February 15th. It's going to be called Kentucky Straight Heartache. Hearts Like Mine is the lead single off of it. It's already out on Spotify and iTunes and all that fun stuff. But we're doing the album release party at my old Kentucky Foam. Our drummer, Derek Brown, I think he's going to do a solo set of his stuff because he doesn't get out as much as I do to play, so we want to give him his time to shine And so yeah, we got that coming, and then the next Friday, from the next Friday, the 22nd, we're playing at Country Boy Brewing in Georgetown with Ben Boggs. So it should be a good time. And I think that's all we've got coming up so far.
Well, do you have something from this new album that you're going to share with us next, or is this something from your collection?
I've got plenty of them. Yeah, I'll do one of the new ones.
Okay, and what is it called?
This song is called, for right now, it's called Half Mile.
Okay. What's the background?
Like we just talked about, it was one of those things where the line kind of just popped into my head. I was driving, as I often am when these things hit me, and the line was, I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. And at the time, I didn't really know how to relate that to the rest of how the song was going to turn out. It kind of, I worked with it. I had a time signature in my head for it. I knew that how I wanted it to sound, so to speak. It ended up largely about choices and largely about just the things you go through in life. You know, the hard choices you have to make. You could end up, you go to your home, or you end up in hell, and you don't know which way you're going to be at the end of the day. So yeah.
So, Whitney, we have some incredible storytellers in the room today, don't
We
you agree?
do. It's been fun.
And I'm just really glad we've collected them all here today. And now we're going to hear another song from Adam Stewart.
Caught a bullet to the back out on my way home. It hurt me so bad I don't know where I'm going. She looked like an angel, she spoke like a saint. Said both of those things I know that I ain't. I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. I don't know where I've been, but I know where I'm going. I can sit with you a spell, but I got to keep rolling. Well, I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. Well, I left Kentucky on my brother's wedding day. And it hurt me so bad I didn't know what to say. I just had to get gone, I just had to get away from all of that pain I felt yesterday. And I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. I don't know where I've been, but I know where I'm going. I can sit with you a spell, but I got to keep rolling. I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. I got a bullet to the back out on my way home. It hurt me so bad I don't know where I'm going. Well, she looked like an angel, she spoke like a saint. I said both of those things I know that I ain't. I said both of those things I know that I ain't. I said both of those things I know that I ain't. I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home. I don't know where I've been, but I know where I'm going. I can sit with you a spell, but I got to keep rolling. I'm a half mile from hell, I'm a half mile from home.
Outstanding. So, Adam, tell me a little bit about your path as a musician, and also what does it mean for you to be a working musician in the state of Kentucky?
So my path, I guess, kind of as I previously was talking about, I started writing songs when I was 17, 18 years old. Always loved music growing up. I can't tell you a time in my life when there wasn't a radio or something on. But I really didn't, other than being in high school band and that sort of stuff, playing saxophone, I never really pursued songwriting and that sort of thing until I was about 18. We started the band then, and at the time, it was more punk rock. We kind of found our niche in the punk rock community in Lexington back in those days. Played a few Battle of the Bands down in Somerset when Clear Channel used to put those on. Really, I couldn't play guitar. I kind of learned to play bass, that sort of thing, and then as things do, life catches up with everybody. I joined the Army. My drummer, which I kind of alluded to in the last song, I left Kentucky on my brother's wedding day. Well, when I joined the Army, he had gotten his girlfriend pregnant, and they were going to get married. Well, they made sure that they got married before I left so that I could be there, because it was really important for me to be there. But I left, and really, I had my guitar with me most of the time I was in the Army, most of the time I was in Texas, but I didn't really do much songwriting until January, February 2017. Had some stuff happen, and I had actually tried to put my guitar away, kind of me putting away childish things. There was some stuff going on where I didn't feel that I was going to have time or the energy or what have you to even attempt any sort of songwriting or singing or creative pursuits. But it was like just as soon as I did, the rest of my life just kind of fell apart. And I came back from Texas on emergency leave, and I walked to my parents' house where I'd left my guitar, and that was the first thing I picked up was that guitar, and I haven't put it down. And maybe it's a superstitious thing, I don't know, but it's anytime I try to put down the guitar, anytime I try to stop songwriting, it's like everything falls apart. As far as being a working musician in Lexington and Kentucky, I mean, when I headed back to Texas, I really kind of cut my teeth down there. There was an open mic in Temple, Texas, which was about 35 minutes up the road from me. I was going to that every Tuesday and really putting in the footwork, putting in the work to try and become a better songwriter. And I didn't expect much out of it. I was doing it because I felt like I had to. I was doing it because I needed that form of therapy. What ended up happening is people liked it, and I think had I stayed there, there would have been a community in Texas that would have taken me in. But the real surprise when I finally got out of the Army and came back, when I left, it didn't feel like there was much of a music community while I was still here. Before I joined the Army, I came back, and people like Tyler Childers and all these other great Sturgill, all these other great Kentucky musicians, and there's an Americana scene here, and this just didn't exist, or if it existed, it was not what it is now. It has definitely boomed, and it is booming. So it was really, really a surprise to come back and have so many open mics and have, for one, Georgetown now, can sell alcohol and they have bars, and that was such a strange thing to me. But just to have places where you can play, and I can kind of still make a run at it. I talk a lot about Texas because it really was any night of the week you could go someplace to see music. There were people always there, and it's similar here, and I think it's getting better. I think it's still getting better. I think it's still booming. It's really heartening to see that, and I would hope that it continues on that ascent.
Yeah, we are appreciative of your contributions here, and also for helping us out with our local open mic. And you're very active on this scene as well with couple of open mics.
Yeah, at some point I kind of became the guy you call. I don't
Yes.
know how that happened.
It's just
Because
a
you
natural.
show
yeah,
up.
What happens is I call Whitney and I go, okay, we can't be there, so let's talk to Adam. So thank you so much for doing that. And what do you have to share for us next?
Let me see. I'm
It's
split.
like decisions.
I'm split. I wrote this song, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go over. I wrote it, and I was real mad at the time, specifically about a group of people in Lexington that since I'm just not around at all, I haven't for months and months and months, but some of the ways that they acted, and I understand the motivations behind it and how they were. But it was partly that, and then some other stuff that was going on in my life. But I wrote the song, and I really thought it was going to go over like a lead balloon. And then everybody seems to like it. This song's called Trainwreck.
This is Adam Stewart on Overtones.
Well, it's the same damn songs playing on the radio, and it's all the same damn bands playing all the same damn shows. And everybody wants to play, but nobody wants to work. Ain't that how it goes? Ain't that how it goes? This town is a train wreck. This scene is dead. We'll start a new one. We'll paint it red. We ain't setting the world on fire, we're just letting it burn. We'll start a new one as the world turns. We're a generation out of love, but afraid to be alone. Just a bunch of kids playing house without a place to call home. And everybody around here is sick of all the same old stuff. Ain't that how it goes? Ain't that how it goes? This town is a train wreck. This scene is dead. We'll start a new one. We'll paint it red. We ain't setting the world on fire, we're just letting it burn. We'll start a new one as the world turns. This town is a train wreck. This scene is dead. We'll start a new one. We'll paint it red. We ain't setting the world on fire, just letting it burn. We'll start a new one as the world turns.
Love that one. I do too. It's like an anthem, right?
Yes.
I love it. I just envision like you need to like get like background singers and like a choir in the background, like singing the chorus, and everybody just kind of joins in. I just love it. I'm really glad you sang that today.
Thank you. I'm glad I got the opportunity to.
Well, we are so glad you've been here today, and we look forward to having you back. Thank you, Adam. We will be back with more music from our artists in the studio, including the music of Harlan, Kentucky's Tyler Smith, another bearded wonder. Coming up next on WLXU 93.9 FM, Lexington Community Radio, after these messages.
When that sun
'cause he's accusing her of sleeping with a man down on Red House Lane. 'Cause ever since he put a ring upon her finger, she ain't been the same. Even though she's faithful ever since she said I do, that other flame's still burning, and it torched their love in two. She ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. She ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. No matter how he begs her, no matter what he tries, she ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. No, 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 no more. 'Cause she's been conjuring the ghost of a long lost ember of high school flame. And even though she's pining for this other man, she won't speak his name. And she wonders about the life that he could give her. But I guess she'll never find out. That flame has gone and died. She ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. She ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. No matter how he begs her, no matter what he tries, she ain't ever coming back, ain't ever coming back no more. No, 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 no more. No more, no more. No, 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 no more. 'Cause she's been conjuring the ghost of a long lost ember of high school flame. And even though she's pining for this other man, she won't speak his name.
I like that. Great job. We are back, and you have just listened to, actually, you are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. I'm going to read that again. We are back, and you are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM, and you just heard from the marvelous music of Harlan, Kentucky's Tyler Smith. Let's welcome Tyler to the Overtones show, everyone. And I should say back to Overtones, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Whitney, you have some questions for Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, tell us about that song.
That song is called Red House Lane, and everybody always asks me, is there a real Red House Lane? And not that I'm aware of. I'm sure somewhere out there there's a Red House Lane, but there's not one that I'm referring to in that song, like in my real life.
So don't do your Google Maps right now, right?
Okay.
Right,
Trying to figure
yeah.
out where this is at.
We're going to see who lives on Red House Lane.
Right, exactly,
Right
yeah.
now. Everybody's husband's like Googling.
Everybody's like,
the
oh
names.
no.
I love that Tyler's not afraid to write songs about longing or infidelity. It's so, that sounds like a really strange thing to say.
No,
but
it's true.
I really love that he's going to write about real issues in people's lives. Not, we write, a lot of songwriters write about drugs and abuse and other things, but like Tyler's got the whole like love, almost murderous, like passionate crime
Yes.
thing locked down.
Yes.
It's like, I think we need to keep an eye on Tyler.
What's really going on down there, Harlan?
He's actually a super nice,
They
respectful
do say you'll never
guy.
leave Harlan alive, so
That's
it's
what
like
they say.
Oh my
That's what they
goodness.
say.
So you are a second-time guest on Overtones, but tell us about this Listen Locally open mic Mountain Voices concert series that you started.
Well, every other Tuesday we do our Listen Locally Mountain Voices down in Harlan, and thanks to, of course, Listen Locally for sponsoring that and partnering with us on that. We really appreciate it. It's been a really fun thing, and we've had a great time with it so far. We've had let's see, I think our highest attendance has been like 45, 47, something like that. Yeah, we've had great attendance.
That's
We really
amazing.
have.
Did you?
know.
I have to ask you. Did you know that there were that many musical people in your area, or did this like bring them out?
Well, I know most of the music people in Harlan. Like I've ran into them, throughout, playing music
Yeah.
over the past several years and stuff. But like, I didn't. There's been people that I've met through it that I didn't know, were
So
musicians or were, really around. And we've had people from out of town come in. I think we've had 2 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, come in, which is a little over an
Nice.
hour away.
How cool!
Yes.
Oh yeah. We've had great attendance, and just people coming out and just sharing, their songs and their talent, and we're really appreciative of that.
And Whitney, I've just got to commend Tyler for taking what we call the musical ball and rolling with it, because this was born out of something that you were experiencing, is that you live close to 3 hours away, right, from Lexington.
Right,
And he
yeah,
was,
about 2 hours, 2 hours 45, somewhere in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he was coming up on Sunday nights on occasion to sing in the Lexington area, and he said, I just really wish we had something here. And he just kind of started thinking, he's like, well, why can't I be the person to do this here?
Right.
And we are just so
Right, yeah.
excited for you and the musicians in that area. And
Well, thank you.
they
Thank
also
you.
have this at a yoga studio, so it's proof that you don't need to create these experiences necessarily in a
Right,
bar or
absolutely.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It was so funny because Jonathan Newsom from Capture, Kentucky, I'd made a post on Facebook that said, man, I just wish I lived closer to open mics, because, just like you said, Renee, I'd been driving, sometimes up to Twisted Cork, to do open mic with you guys, and I'd gone to Knoxville, Tennessee, which is about an hour and a half away. I'd gone to different places, Pikeville, Kentucky, which is about an hour and a half as well. And me and my friend Greg Hollins, who also plays drums in my band, we told each other, we said, why complain about, there not being anything? How about we just be the change instead? Instead of complaining that there's no change, to be the change.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because as soon as I had said that to Greg, Jonathan Newsom from Capture, Kentucky messaged me, and he said, man, be the change. Don't complain about it, be the change. It was
Yeah.
within an hour he had told me that, after I'd told Greg that. And so I said, all right, it
cool.
sounds like a sign from above.
I better do this.
Yeah, we
Yes.
better get this going.
Well, we are
So,
so excited
you know.
to partner with you on that.
Well,
so
thank you so much. You guys
awesome.
have been really great to partner with on it.
Thank you. What do you have for us next?
Let's see. I haven't played this one in a little bit, but I want to play it for you guys.
Okay.
This one's called Omaha, and I've played it at the Twisted Cork before a few times, but I haven't played it on here because I don't ever want to show up and do the same song over and over. Cigarettes and whiskey on my breath, nights of rain and thunder in my chest. Omaha seems better every day. I'll leave it all and catch this one-way train. But if I cared for you the way I thought I did back then, then maybe I'd be better off to stay. Innocence and ignorance, they both go hand in hand. I'm feeling like my choice has done been made. Telling friends you love him all the time, but in your heart you know that's all a lie. You burnt your bridges, look guess you thought it was all for the best. But if I cared for you the way I thought I did back then, then maybe I'd be better off to stay. Innocence and ignorance, they both go hand in hand. I'm feeling like my choice has done been made. But if I cared for you the way I thought I did back then, then maybe I'd be better off to stay. Innocence and ignorance, they both go hand in hand. I'm feeling like my choice has done been made. Cigarettes and whiskey on my breath. I guess you thought it was all for the best.
So Tyler, not only did you start a Listen Locally open mic there in Harlan, but also you are doing a Songwriters in the Round event
Yes.
soon. Do you want to talk to us about that?
Sure, absolutely. That was actually inspired by the Songwriter in the Round event that you guys do
Great.
at Twisted Cork. And it was so funny the way that it worked out because everybody that I asked very quickly said yes. It was really, crazy how quick people responded. And I thought to myself, and I said, if I want to see, a whole bunch of people that are in Kentucky that I know are really great in one place at one time, who am I going to ask? So I went through the list, and let's see, we got Jordan Allen from Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers. He's a friend and, a really, really great singer-songwriter. We ended up with Jason Sinkhorn. I really like him a lot, and he's just a cool guy. I really like Jason a lot. Let's see, we got Rachel Crow, who's a good friend, and she's, a phenomenal talent. She actually sang with the other band that I play with in Moorhead the other night. She came up and guest appeared on a song. It was a lot of fun. Let's see here. We got Whitney and Ray. We got you guys coming down.
Yep, we're going.
I'm pretty
We're
excited
carpooling
about
with
that.
Jory.
Do what?
We're carpooling with Jory Bowling.
Oh, are you? That'll be interesting.
I'm super excited about that.
You know what's really funny? I haven't actually met Jory in person before. I haven't got to meet him yet.
He's wonderful. I love him so much.
I've heard that he's a really cool guy. I haven't got to meet him in person yet. I, just kind of went out on a limb, and I said, well, I'm going to message Jory and see if he'll come do it. So Jory's coming down. Let's see. I'm trying. Sydney Adams out of Corbin. I don't know her very well either, but I thought, she's got some popularity growing and stuff. So, try to catch her on the ascent, if you will.
Good plan.
So I mean, there's several others too. We got Harlan County native Brooklyn Collins who's going to be on, and she's actually the only one actually from Harlan that's going to be on there, because what I wanted to do was expose the people of Harlan to this music scene, that's in Lexington and Eastern Kentucky and kind of over toward West Virginia and stuff, because not everybody always has the opportunity to drive 2 hours to go see a show or whatever. So, I wanted to expose everybody to them.
I'm
Yeah,
so
and
proud of you,
I
Tyler.
am too. Tyler also, I've got the list. I got to admit, I'm cheating here, but
Oh, yeah, no,
talk
that's
a little
okay.
bit. Got Travis Lee Kern.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
and
Travis is on
also
there.
Bex Smallhood, who opened up our show today with her song Kentucky.
Gosh, you did
I
good,
know, I know,
buddy.
you did good. This is gonna be awesome.
Man, that is good.
I mean,
It's always good to try to make friends everywhere that you go. And, I can honestly say that with most of those people, I'm really good friends with most of those people.
I love this, and that's on March 19th, I believe.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is the 19th. That's right. Yeah, it is.
So we can we'll be talking about that more as that date approaches. But thank you so much.
Oh.
What do you have for us next, Tyler?
I'm going to play you guys a new song. And I finally finished this song. I played it once at the Cork and it wasn't finished yet, but I finally finished it now.
Ooh, like
This
a
song is
continuing
called
saga. Cool.
The song is called "The Ghost." Is the name of it. It's probably my newest song that I've written.
Tyler Smith one last time on Overtones.
And you're the reason that I sing these sad songs in my head. And you're the cup I couldn't fill, the books I never read. I left them on a shelf collecting dust, right next to the memories of us. And you're the ghost that made me who I am today. I wonder what you're doing waking up on Christmas Day. I wonder if you look at him, I wonder what you say. The words you said to me, drinking coffee, cigarettes can't be good old caffeine. And you're the ghost that made me who I am today. And some people that we meet in this life make their worst impressions when they leave. And I never thought I'd write this song to you when you wore my wedding ring. I never thought I'd watch you fade away. And you're the ghost that made me who I am today. Take the words I've written, use them any way you please. I use them as the final gift you wrapped and gave to me. The man I am today, a calloused heart, trying to make my mark on this machine. And you're the ghost that made me who I am today.
Thank you so much for being with us, Tyler.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we look forward to your upcoming event. We look forward to seeing you back soon. We will be back to talk more with Ben Boggs, and he's also going to perform some of his introspective songs for us here on Overtones, hosted by Renee Collins and Whitney Acke on WLXU 93.9 FM Lexington Community Radio. Coming up next after the break.
There ain't nowhere like this town, no matter where I settle down. Well, my roots bring me right back home where I belong. Yeah, oh, Kentucky, you will always be my home.
And I've been a lover, and I've been a fighter, and I've been the worst, but you've worn the same damn shoes. And I can't keep blaming myself for you not being happy. This time I go and find myself something to do. It's been a couple weeks now since I last saw your face, and I guess it's time to find what I'm supposed to do. I might as well get drunk and get my heart broke. I might as well do 85 and a 55 alone. I might as well forget about you coming home from the way you left this time. It looks like you're really gone, and there ain't ever been a better time to be better off alone. And I ain't felt right in my own skin for quite some time. Feels like I'm renting the house that I used to own, and your memories flood my veins just like the bad disease. Well, I finally found a cure for these old bones, and it's been a couple months now since I last saw your face, and I guess I finally found what I'm supposed to do. I might as well get drunk and get my heart broke. I might as well do 85 than a 55 alone. I might as well forget about you coming home from the way you left this time. It looks like you're really gone, there ain't ever been a better time to be, and there ain't ever been a better time to be better off alone.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Overtones, everyone, and how incredibly enjoyable has it been to listen locally so far. You have just enjoyed the music of Kentucky artist Ben Boggs from Whitesburg, Kentucky. He makes Lexington his home now, and this is a special edition of Overtones titled Singing Between the Lines. Let's welcome Ben back to the show, everyone.
So Ben, tell us a little bit about that last song you just played.
Yeah, so this is the part of the show that's hard for me.
Is
like the
it? It's
interview
brutal,
part.
soul-bearing
The
honesty.
music part is
It
very
is.
easy, but this.
We should tell people beforehand. Warning, Whitney asks you to bare your
Yes.
soul.
Yeah, you know, I just wrote that song. It was like, and it was actually kind of funny. I was just me and my cousin lived together. We lived in the same house, and so we grew up playing music together and have always played together. So we write a lot of songs together, and we kind of give each other ideas all the time. So we were just in the kitchen. I think it was like 3 a.m. talking about something, and I was like, man, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. You know, like I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. And he was like, well, I guess you just might as well get drunk, man, and go get your heart broken. Then you'll be all right about it. And I was like, I guess that's one way to to do it. And then he was like, that might actually be the song that you're looking for there. He was like, you may not need to actually go do it. He was like, that's it.
I was going to ask you, so did you write the song, or did you get drunk, or did you get drunk and then write the song? Or
No,
how
we were
did it
sober.
go?
We were sober when we wrote the song.
It's fantastic.
I just really hope my mom doesn't listen to this radio
Well,
show.
listen, I'm a mom, and you said we were sober. You chose creativity over alcohol indulgence, so I think she'd be proud.
We can have two versions, too.
The mom's
Sorry.
Yes, the mom version.
I do feel sorry for mothers of songwriters.
Yes.
Listen, yeah, she has to be a saint, or else she's gonna, it's not gonna be good for her and her church friends. Anyhow, tell us, how would you describe your performance style to someone who hadn't seen you before?
I'm just really here to have fun. Like I don't know. I guess I'm kind of different from a lot of people. Like just for fun. That's it. I have a day job that I work Monday through Friday, and so getting out and playing music and doing this kind of thing is my leisure time, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're good at it, so you're doing good at your hobby there. Who are you listening to? Who's on your iTunes right now?
actually, it was funny you mentioned that Trippin' Roots is at Slancha tonight, because I've so I work and all day I listen to music while I'm at work. That's all I do. So it feels like every week there's a new couple of albums that I've got that I've completely just listened to over and over, and It's been Trippin' Roots and Justin Wells this week that I've just been.
Well, that's a
Good
good
choices.
combination.
Yeah. I love Justin a lot. He's really, really great. And then obviously Trippin' Roots. I love those guys a lot too. So
They're all fantastic. Okay, I lost my
That's okay. Just you can ask him maybe ask him what his goals are for 2019. It'd be a great way to kind of bookend the show. So
Perfect. So Ben Boggs. That sounded
Ben Boggs.
Boggs. So Ben, tell us for 2019, what are your goals? They can be musical, they can be personal, whatever you want. Tell us what's gonna go down for you in 2019.
I don't really set a whole lot of goals, I guess. I don't know if that's a bad. I guess a lot of people think that's a bad thing.
Well,
maybe,
you don't
but-
set yourself up for disappointment
right,
if you don't.
and I don't know. I just kind of feel like life's gonna go the way it's gonna go. Either way, I can set all these goals, and I don't know where I'm gonna be. I don't know where I'm gonna be 4 hours from now, much less a month or a year from
I
now.
love it.
So
Just
I
go with the wind,
that's-
huh?
That's
No.
it. Yeah.
just to kind of piggyback on that, in my line of work, I do with career consulting. That's not a bad thing. And I try to tell people to focus less on resolutions because those typically get broken within 2 weeks of making them. But I kind of ask people to envision themselves on December 31st, 2019. And you're having a conversation with your friend over dinner. And you're talking about all the things you did this year. So I ask people to start thinking about that as a frame of reference and then work backwards. So just my little 2 cents there. We are so happy that you've spent time with us today.
glad to be here.
What do you have to share with us before we have to sadly wave goodbye to all of these Beardtiful men in the room today, Whitney? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, goodbye will be tough today.
Yes, goodbye will be tough today. So what do you have for us, Ben?
I'm gonna play this next song. It's called 2 a.m. It's gonna be probably the single off my album, which Adam and Tyler have been so gracious to help me work on. So that's looking forward to getting that done sometime this summer. But this is kind of I wrote this song as a way to say goodbye to somebody who meant a lot to me at the time, and it was kind of hard to get over. And then I feel like eventually you get to that point that you're just like, okay, like it's good, it's fun while it lasted, but it's time to kind of move on. So this was my way of moving past that. And I feel like after I finally got this song out, it's kind of everything's just been kind of a lot better.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening locally to Overtones on 93.9 WLXU. Let's hear again from Ben Boggs before we sadly wave goodbye to all of these amazing musicians on Overtones today. Here is Ben Boggs.
2 a.m. out on this highway, passing cars and look like ghosts. And I left you back in the country and headed for the city on my own. And all these lights and sounds remind me that I can't go where I need to go to outrun life and all its demons, or just to fill up this damn hole. I'm closing in right now on Jackson, and right before I hit 15, if I see you down that highway, just know it ain't that far to me. If I don't see you coming my way, I know it's just how it's gotta be. You should see the leaves all changing. That's the last words that I read on a postcard that you sent me. You just can't stand, you're not in my head. So I drove past that old house you own. It brought out visions in my head of you in that big old front window, looking down across the tracks. I should turn back here at Jackson right before I hit 15. And if I see you down that highway, just know it ain't that far to me. If I don't see you coming my way, I know it's just how it's gotta be. If I see you down that highway, just know it ain't that far to me. If I don't see you coming my way, I know it's just how it's gotta be.
Whitney, this seems like a great place to end this edition of Overtones, episode number 42, titled Singing Between the Lines. And I would like to thank all of our guests and all of you in our audience for making a choice to listen locally today. We are hearing from Louisville, Kentucky's Mama Said String Band in the background as they all carry us out of this show today and help us usher in a brand new week here on Overtones. Until next week, this is Renee Collins
And Whitney Acke.
working in concert each and every week to bring you the best this great state of Kentucky has to offer music fans. Reminding you that where words fail, music always speaks.
Have a great week filled with music, family, friends, and a lot of love.
Listen locally.
Goodbye, everyone.